Hello and welcome. My name is TyrionLanstr. So for today, I wanted to talk about the new event that was recently released. It was an update to the Weirwood Memories, and essentially they added a level 9 to it. And so I wanted to go through and take a second to kind of talk about what this new edition was, what it added to it, and in particular what I was doing to pass the first of those levels, which was 9.3. And 9.3, as you can see here, it was a pretty tough one to pass. A lot of what you need to do here is figure out exactly what the Night King's skill was and pay attention to what that skill is. Alright, so I want to go ahead and move to me fighting this with just kind of a formation that I think is a pretty strong general formation. As you can see, I'm using a couple of paid commanders like Theon and Marjorie here, as well as I threw in Varys there because, as you can see with this Night King, once you watch it, this Night King had a particular ability that once he started rolling, he would just wipe out your whole team with his special ability. Essentially, would give him a huge attack buff. And so my theory was using Varys will kind of decrease his rage bar and mean that he won't be able to use that ability. Similarly, I was using Rhea because Rhea has that wonderful ability to silence them and stop him from using his ability. Because the main goal here is to wait them out long enough that he can't use his ability and let my Theon just kind of rain fire on them and kill them all. So that was kind of the basis for this. As you can see, I'll let it play out for a little bit, but it doesn't go super well. And I realized I had to make some other arrangements. One of the other things that I wanted to point out here is the importance of getting your timing right with your manual. As you can see here, multiple times I've been hitting where my Theon is using his ability while they have their shields up. Similarly, I tried to always time my Varys' ability right before he's about to fire off, the Night King's about to fire off his shot. And my hope with that is that I can kind of be most effective with it, get most of my damage down and such like that. As you can see just now, my Theon finally kind of started getting his work in. He actually was able to kill that middle guy. He's now moving to the left-hand side to start killing those other frontline guys. You're really not going to get to the Night King for a little bit. I've done a good job so far of preventing the Night King from getting his abilities off, but as you can see here, Rhea dies. And this is a pretty crucial point for me because at this point, the Night King now gets off his ability once, and you can see I use my Varys ability on him again, but this is really the beginning of the end. My Marjorie's now dead, and as you can see, the Night King just kind of wipes them out one by one, even with my Simon doing his best to heal everyone up. And my Theon's, again, he's putting in work. He's able to clear off some of the other supplemental people, but once he gets targeted, as you can see, it is a losing battle, and he eventually goes down. Now, I'm honestly not 100% clear how the Night King died just there. It was a little bit odd to me, but I clearly wasn't going to win that at the end. I just wasn't doing enough damage, so I decided to call it quits and try again. Alright, so I'm going to give this same formation another shot, trying to be a little bit more careful now about when I'm using my abilities. I'm going to speed this up though, just to not bore us, but I'm being a little bit more careful. I'm trying to really time my Theon abilities with when I expect the shields to be down. So as you can see, I immediately was able to kill off that first guy, which was pretty big. And as you can see, I'm kind of munching through his guys. He just killed Rhea there, which was bad, and Marjorie goes down. But now I'm down to just those last two. But as you can see, I quickly lose, and back to square one. Night King just kind of annihilated me because he got a couple of those abilities off. So back to the drawing board, try to figure out what to do next. So here we go. I think that what I basically decided to try next was, instead of using Rob, who had been kind of one of my main tanks, I was realizing that having that tank wasn't doing me a whole lot. I've got Marjorie and I've got Simon, and they're really doing so much healing for me that I didn't need a huge tank, so I wanted to try putting in Julian instead, seeing if he could help me dish out some early damage and hopefully eliminate some more of these supplemental folks. So I throw him in the middle, and this is basically what happens here. Again, I'm able to get off an early ability, and I decided instead of going for the Night King, try to eliminate some of these backline bowmen actually instead. And as you can see, once I use his ability, it deals a good chunk of damage. Again, I used Rhea and my Varus ability to stop the Night King from using his. You can see me laying that down right here. I'm kind of trying to figure out exactly where I want to put it just to make sure I get as many of them as possible. I get a nice Theon ability off before they're able to get anything. I just center down on the middle guy. Now here's where they get a shield off. As you can see, a lot of them heal up. That backline bowman does not get a heal off, which is huge for me. So with this next Varus ability, I'm able to take him down, which is great. So again, Night King did unfortunately get off his first ability there, which was dangerous. And as you can see, is eventually my downfall that I misplayed that a little bit and fired it just a little too late where he was able to get that ability off. As you can see, it starts to really sap some of my guys, but I'm able to get another Varus ability off before you can fire off anything else. But unfortunately, my Rhea is now dead, and that is going to be trouble for me. I'm able to eliminate another front line with that, but I knew this was, he's gotten off 2 abilities at that point. It just wasn't going to happen, sadly. I do want to give this one another shot, though. I think it had a lot of potential, and I just want to see if I can make it happen again. I really want to be very particular about when I'm using my abilities, trying to minimize the Night King's ability to use his ability. As you can see here, I'm going to immediately stop it. I know Night King got off his ability too soon, not going to even bother with the rest. Just try again. Alright, so I'm going to try that formation again. I do really have faith in this formation. And I wanted to quickly say, I tried this for a little while free to play. I think that a couple of other people may have found a couple of formations that worked for them. I honestly couldn't. It was just really difficult for me. Again, all these commanders were gray at the time for me. I've since leveled a couple of them up, but in this moment they were all gray, so it is doable with just gray paid commanders. But I did think that having both Julian and Theon and Marjorie were all really big helps here. So as you can see, so far so good. I was able to kill off one of the backline troops and a frontline one, and this is still before the Night King's gotten a single ability off. So that was just a good sign so far. I'm getting really good targeting. My troops have just been working really well. My abilities have gone up really nicely. As you can see here, I'm about to eliminate another 2 with my Julian ability. My Theon ability is going off on him. He just puts up his shield there, but I'm going to very quickly sap through that and eliminate the last frontline troop. And again, the Night King still has not used an ability yet. So this is looking really good. I'm feeling very optimistic about this one. I eliminate the last one. Now it's just all 6 of my guys versus the Night King. I will say that in this moment I was kind of like, okay, I'm totally going to be able to win this, and I put it on auto 2 times. I was feeling really confident. I was like, okay, there's no way that I'm going to lose this. And I will say I started kind of looking at the clock, and I was like, whoa, I'm a little bit scared. He keeps restoring his health, and I'm not looking any closer to killing him. So I took it off of manual, and I went down to 1 times, so I could just watch a little more closely. And I was going to take it off manual. I said not to. I had faith. And as you can see, Theon eventually, he just gets so strong that he's able to chew through them. And I'm able to eliminate the Night King without losing a single one of my troops. So that was really cool. Again, I'm not sure that you could do this necessarily without paid commanders. I do think that you kind of needed all of them. I think some people may have been able to find it, and if they have, more power to them. But this was me passing round 9-3 of the New Weirwood trials. Hope you enjoyed it.